Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to another stream. I hope that you are doing fantastic. You had a great weekend and start of the week. So for today, it's gonna be a shorty because I have so much work on my hands. So I actually need to do some extra overtime after the stream. So I'm gonna keep it short so I don't get to bed too late. So yeah, let's get started. So we are gonna continue doing keyframes for 40k, and yeah, I'm gonna show you the keyframe that we were doing last week, right? So I finished that one and I started another one. So let me just put some background ambience. No, don't tell me. Okay, maybe I cannot. Let's see. For some reason, my internet goes super slow. I hope it's not affecting the stream. Let's see. All right, it's not working. Anyway, I'm not gonna deal with it. So yeah, let's move forward. Karen, hola, hola, bienvenido o bienvenida. Aaron, hi, welcome to the stream. Cantabrian, hey, Miguel, hello, how are you doing? Nice to see you around. How are you doing, man? All right, so let's change the screen. All right, there you go. Hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotion to your channel viewers, followers, you chat. Okay, yeah, that's that bothers me. So yeah, keep any type of advertisements from here, please. So let's move on. Yeah, so this is the keyframe that we were looking at last week. So this one is finished. Let's see, can you see it properly here? If I zoom out a little bit, yeah. So yeah, and now I'm going with another one. So I'm doing this one. So this is like more panoramic thing, and I'm still not sure what I want to do, but yeah, I've been working a little bit, as you can see already. So it's not starting from scratch. So yeah, some landscape with some space marine stuff. Aaron, all right. That is nice. Juan Toledano, hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream as always. Cantara, and these keyframes are looking great, loving the atmosphere in them. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. Ilya, hello, Miguel. Have a nice time and thanks for streaming. Always a pleasure to hear you. Well, thanks for passing by and saying hello. Much appreciated. Thank you, Juan. All right, so yeah, I will just keep at it and see where it leads. So I know I want to put several, some few more characters. So let's start with the other one. I don't know if I want to put here or around here perhaps. Yeah, the idea is like some sort of patrol or something. I don't know. And here on the background, it's some sort of aftermath of a huge explosion or some apocalyptic event. I don't know. think he should be more looking toward us. I get the feeling. And he's gonna be checking something, maybe some sort of aspect or something. Maybe he's just walking forward. Oops. What is color ramps? Sorry for silly question, but that's something that I should know what that is. Sorry that I'm a little bit quiet, but to be honest, it's a mixture of having been a little bit rusty with the streams, plus the fact that I'm kind of tired. But now that I think about it, now that since I'm doing these keyframes, I think it's a nice topic to talk about. So, do you have any wishes or hopes about the Amazon Henry Cavill cinematic universe project? Anything that you personally would like to happen on that project or projects? Or thoughts in general? I don't know. For me, the thing that I care the most is that whatever they go for in terms of story or characters, that they manage to translate it into something believable and plausible, and not fall into copying everything exactly as it is on the tabletop game, because then it's not, in my humble opinion, I think it's not gonna work. I hope that they have the vision and courage to be bold and do a good interpretation and adaptation. So still being faithful to the core of the spirit of the IP. So when you look at it, it's like, yes, this is 40k, but being clever and making it believable and not silly, because that's the main or the major issue with this IP and its challenge. And it's a very difficult balance to find, because you go too wild and it's not 40k anymore, and you allowed is the problem that you might allow people that really don't understand 40k, and they just go for the stereotypes and tropes, so to speak, and then the result is just silly. But you are too faithful to the existing designs in the tabletop game, and things start to don't look believable either. So I mean, just to put you an example, in terms of scale. As I'm still not 100% done with the scale of the Razorback in relation with the Space Marines, but this is not the scale that you see in the tabletop game, right? In the tabletop game, you have Space Marines are gonna be something like this, and that doesn't work, realistically speaking. These vehicles need to be massive in order to fit so many Space Marines inside. And even the proportions and designs of the vehicles need to be changed to some degree. These look too much like a toy because it is a toy, right? So you need to scale certain things down and expand others in order to make it a little bit more realistic. And this is a vehicle that is relatively easy to take into a more realistic style because it's very simple shapes. And yeah, but there are plenty of others that are just, it is not as easy as this one. That's one of the reasons why I picked this one, just to make my life a little bit easier in that regard. But I would argue that the Space Marines should be actually slightly smaller as well. Emilio, thanks for the subscription. Thank you. Aaron, I meant a gradient map. You mean... I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I know what that is. I might know what what it is, but I'm not savvy with these more specific words with the program. Yes, most probably these are raptors. Yes, I'm in love with this chapter. So yes, and welcome to the stream, my man. For everybody that is living under a rock, Mr. Diego is a great artist and also very much experienced with the 40k universe. But yeah, something. Let's put it something like that. I mean, not finished, but just to put and play around with some of the elements. I also want to well, this is with this type of keyframes is one of the rare occasions where I actually I use other type of brushes that I normally don't use to get this type of textures like noise. I just want to keep it simple. So that's why I'm not sure what I want to add. And if I want to add more extra elements, but perhaps to give a sense of scale could be nice. He's hoping you get a call to be principal lead artist on Amazon show. Well, that would be awesome. If I'm honest, yeah, I will. That would be an absolute dream job. Because as you know, I mean, we've been talking about so many times on the stream, right? I'm quite obsessed about depicting the 40k universe in a believable way. We could put one a little bit closer here. Good old tracks on the Rhino. Yeah. Well, it's not a Rhino, but yeah. Pondus, hey. Thanks, man. How are you doing? It's been ages since we haven't spoken. Diego, yeah, man. Of course. And yeah, aren't we all obsessed and hopeful about the Amazon show? Yeah, I'm also terrified, to be honest, uh, because we all know what a shit show it can be and how upsetting. But yeah. But for now, when it's so on the beginning, I'm hopeful. I mean, it can be done. It is a challenge, and also knowing how Game Workshop behaves and work with license, it's gonna be a challenge. So with plenty of shit shows that been happening in this regard, plenty of times the ones to be how do you say to be blamed is the Games Workshop themselves, actually, because they are rightfully rightfully so protective of the IP, and they want to keep control of it, but they are too tied into making things look too much like the tabletop game, and they don't seem to understand that in order to move the IP into other mediums, you must adapt, you must do changes to the look of things. So we'll see. I mean, I'm hopeful because they did that with novels. On the beginning, novels of 40k were terrible, and of course, I'm talking decades ago. But then they understood, and plenty of the novels now they go beyond what we see or it's being portrayed on the tabletop game, right? Because it needs to work as a believable and plausible story in a believable universe, right? Not just a battle tabletop game. So yeah, I'm hopeful, but at the same time aware that it can be a shit show. But yeah, we'll see. If I would get the opportunity to work on it, then of course I would do my best to put my experience and knowledge into it. But yeah, one of my fears, for instance, is that they get people that might be very talented, of course, but don't understand deeply the IP. And again, you get people fall into tropes and things, and suddenly it's not 40k anymore. It's just a bastardized, silly thing. Or they nail it. So now everything is full of potential. So we'll see. It would be nice to add another rhino or razorback way far, just to help with the scale and perspective, because that's one of the problems. I want all of these landscapes to be, I mean, very far away, everything. So I can, let's see. Yeah, but it's still too far away, so I need to figure out this out. Techie Marine, do you deserve to be part of a project? Your obvious love for the Zeppelin and your skills. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Yeah, again, that will be such a dream come true. I will definitely love it. Kantarian, the recent Netflix film Rebel Moon seems to pull a few things from 40k, if only normally and loosely thematically. I'm wondering if they are anticipating Amazon's journey into a big sci-fi project. I think it's not related in that sense, but I mean the strategy from Netflix in regard to Amazon, but the references from 40k are obvious, I think. So yes, I think it's not a very compelling. I wasn't very impressed actually with the film in that regard. I think uh, it's clear that they wanted to do something else, and then they decided to, okay, let's just, instead of being Star Wars, which was the original idea, let's make it something else. And the result is that the world and the universe is not very believable, in my humble opinion. It's not very consistent. It doesn't feel grounded and feels too much copying all the existing things like 40k, like loosely, but it's obvious. I don't know. I felt that the attempt was a little bit uh, tacky. It's trying to be its own thing, and it just end up just picking things from everywhere at the same, you know. So again, I don't know. In my humble opinion, I think it's a bad example of world building. Kandara, yeah, things like that need a strong base, something to invest in. The film ends up skimming from the top, on the overuse of slow motion, the fire effects. Yeah, I mean it's yeah, I totally agree. You don't know what it wants to be, right? Yeah, so you get like it takes a little bit of here, a little bit of there, and it's not it's not framed correctly. It's not consistent. It's not. It doesn't make it plausible. In my view, it's not solid. It doesn't has a solid ground foundation. What if we had some titans here just for scale? Oops. Yeah, I think as you can see, I'm just playing around, experimenting, but I think it needs a little bit of more elements. At the moment it's just too empty, right? So for the composition to work or to make it more interesting, it's not that personally I think it doesn't work. It's just that it feels too empty. I mean, this is fine, but I it's a little bit boring, to be honest. So by adding this, now it's out of balanced. So I'm trying to create a little bit more balanced and interesting composition. Also trying to make it a little bit more epic as well. So not sure what these silhouettes are, what type of structure they are. I mean, it could be the ruins of a city, right? I think that could be neat. I think that can help us create that sense of scale as well. So if we add then, where can we add that? Just take too much space. I think I will need to add some, like as I was saying before, like some other vehicles in the distance to compare the scale. I think that's gonna be the trick. So of course this makes me rethink the background with the lightnings. I will have to redo it to play with the new elements here. The beauty of working like this is that it's relatively fast. So this whole keyframe hasn't taken me more than, I mean, what you see now, it's not more than a day. So and yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to leave it here, guys, sadly, because I'm having a lot of fun. But yeah, like as I was saying on the beginning, I have so much work to do. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Victor, thanks for your art tutorials. Well, you're welcome. Happy you like them. Could you make it a destroyed Necron temple? Good. Yeah, I could. We'll see. um, yeah, thanks, Cantabrian. All right, but like always, thanks everybody for joining for this short hour. This is always an absolute pleasure. And see you next week. So have a good one. Stay safe, healthy, paint, draw, sculpt, whatever you do. Do a lot of it and enjoy doing it. Also, by the way, I completely forgot about it this week, just in case any of you are interested. This week is the last week to get a spot on the new term for my course at CGMA, narrative illustration and characters. It's a 8 weeks long course. So this week is the last time. It's the last week to get a seat for the course before they run out. So if you are interested, check it out at CGMA. And yeah, that's about it. So once again, take care and see you next week. Bye bye.